Hey, good evening, everyone. As you get set for a show that will have timeliness, will have insight, unlike any other. This show, I just can't say enough about the timing of it being incredible. So we're just going live. This is the Vintage House Show, normally on WNUR, but this is the new normal, the at-home edition of Vintage House. And I'm joined by our co-host, DJ Lori Branch.
What's up, everybody?
And tonight's special guests, we have two. What was that double mint commercial?
2 mints in one.
2 stars.
Super
2 stars in one, yeah.
appreciative and honored to have a super duper DJ, Dee Jay Alicia, and a artist who is known as the first lady of house music, is one of her titles, Miss Kym Mazelle. DJ Alicia and Kym,
good morning.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
Yes. DJ Alicia, are you frozen a little bit, or are you posing for us? It looks like a pose or a froze. I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it does look a little frozen, yeah.
Okay.
She will, I'm sure, quickly rejoin us if she's having any issues on her end. Hopefully she'll find those out. And of course, it's the at-home edition, so technically there's always some ghost in the machine, I think is your expression, Lori, which is a good one. So we'll have DJ Alicia join us back momentarily. And
at-home stuff happened.
Yes.
That's why we're at home.
That's why we're at home. And it's when these things happen, it's still, we're safe, right? Yeah. So I've got to do the important work of describing why we are the Vintage House Show. We are the premier on-air radio show and podcast and video show now, dedicated to illuminating and preserving the lives, music careers, and history of house music pioneers, such as the ones we have with us tonight.
Hey.
We are powered by the Modern Dance Music Research and Archiving Foundation, which is the only repository in the United States dedicated solely to the study, preservation, and celebration of the genres of house and dance music.
Wow.
Our mission is to preserve the memories, the memorabilia, the stories that support the sustainability of this culture known as house music. So once again, tonight's dynamic guests include Kym Mazelle and soon to rejoin DJ Alicia. She's back.
Welcome back.
Hey, everybody. I had technical difficulties, but I'm back now.
Now we lost another one.
How did we just lose Lori now?
I know, right? I was like, okay, and there we go.
So Lori will rejoin us, I'm sure, in a moment as well.
Got the technical stuff happening.
I know, right?
Yeah, a lot of ghosts in the machine tonight. But what's amazing is that from across the pond, we have Kym Mazelle. Kym, how are you this morning?
This morning, babe, I had to take a nap to be here with you, especially. So I got up like 2:30 this morning, or just after 2, to be prepared, prepare myself. I went to sleep about 10 just to have that nap. Doing quite a lot online, thank God, even during the lockdown, but the hours, it's crazy. It's like, okay, go take another nap, get back up again. So it's good. It's good that we can get information out through this vehicle and we're not locked in silence.
We're absolutely breaking barriers and keeping the story going. And that's, again, our mission. How about you, DJ?
Same thing from me. had to kind of switch gears. At the beginning, I was trying to hold out because I thought we were going to get everything rectified in a short period of time. But after a few weeks, I started to see that we needed to take a different direction. So I started an internet show on Saturday nights where I play music. Myself and DJ Box, we teamed up and we got a great show going. And I do a marathon as well. I teamed up with 9 DJs. So we do a 1 month, every month. We do what's called the Vortex Marathon. So that kind of keeps us busy and keeps me engaged in the music and the people.
I've seen the Vortex Marathon. So you both are clearly working hard to adapt.
Yes.
Do you believe that the adoption is working? It's working for you in your mission?
I think it's working to the best of the ability, for the people to pull into certain places. Because, it's coming off of a system we've been working for forever. So we were sort of in the cusp of crossing over to a lot of things online with having Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and this kind of rushed it along because a lot of people just had to go, as DJ Alicia was saying, you got to realize the reality. Hold on, I'm going to have to do this another way and sort of sort out things or little things that you had set up. Press it a bit more than like how you left it and went on out to your tour, or you went on out to tend other things. You're tending your Facebook page more or your podcast more and making it the main hub now.
It is. Club in your living room with Kym Mazelle and DJ Alicia. So
there's a moth on a dead moth.
As they say, this is live, and those things happen, and we are.
I've got that light on. It's like
get them.
Yeah, they are very much attracted to the light. Step into the light. What was that movie? Poltergeist, I think.
Well, let's go away from that. But
away from the light.
But the moth was like. I saw him appearing as we went on live. I was like, okay, that little fella's going to give me a little bit of trouble, but that's okay. Since it's live, we'll just add it as a little extra entertainment.
That's right. That was an uninvited guest to the show. We don't want any more people bombing.
The window's open, though. And a little note for you guys in America. In the UK, and it's the craziest thing, our windows don't have screens.
Not at all, huh?
Not at all. So when your window is open, it's open.
So I'm going to come back to that, park that for a minute, and I want to ask DJ Alicia, are you going into any venues, or are you doing everything from your home?
I've gone into a couple of venues, but the venues that I go into, there's no audience. Like I did Les Nocturnes, and it was Carol there and the studio producers and that kind of thing. But no, but I did just come from Detroit, and we did an event there. Bruce Bailey in Detroit had me come down there, and they got a baseball field. So the people were socially distanced in the baseball field. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Kind of dope, huh?
Yeah, the DJs were off to the side, and everybody had their blankets, and their own cluster of friends or family, whatever. It was open bar. It was amazing.
Nice.
Interesting.
Right? So it was really nice.
The innovation continues, and it's great that you are able to be a part of it. And Lori Branch, our co-host, has joined us back again. Welcome back.
Thank you. Ghost in the machine again. Sorry about that.
Yeah, me too.
Just tapped me out, but I'm back.
Yeah, it was weird. Our Facebook live stream had a little ghost as well, but we're in full effect now. From everyone across the country to across the pond, they're tuned in with us on the Vintage House Facebook page and on YouTube and on Twitch. So we are happy that you all are with us for what, again, I'm incredibly excited, as I'm sure you are, Lori, to have these two essential contributors to house music.
Yeah. I'm excited, Kevin, for a couple of reasons. Okay, let's just call it what it is. And maybe I missed this the first 5 minutes, but come on, people. Come on, Black women. What's up? Have you ever felt more proud?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I walked out of my house. I was like, I'm just feeling myself. What's up? Everybody? I was like that today. No matter what happens, we have won. No matter what happens.
That's right.
We already won.
That is absolutely.
We in that stratosphere. What's up?
Yes, it's true. It's true.
How you guys feeling about how you feeling about Kamala?
So
you see how I feel.
Right. So thank you so much for that, because I've had a couple of disagreements online today because I could not believe some of the comments that I was seeing on Facebook, and I really, really tried to maintain, but I had to say something, and I got into a couple of little tiffs with people in regard.
No.
I mean, come on, man.
It don't get no better than this, people. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's really? Like, we shouldn't even have to have this discussion. I don't even know why we're having I don't know why the debate is even there. Like, it was a little disheartening, but I had to refocus my attention to the positive side of it.
Let me tell you why the debate is there, Dee Jay Alicia and Kym. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this too. The debate is there for one simple reason. It's called misogyny. Misogyny.
Okay, there you go.
People, this is the same reason Hillary Clinton wasn't elected president, because there was enough people out there, men and women, who didn't think a woman should be in that role. And this is very befitting for the music industry, because we see the same kind of misogyny happening exactly where we are.
Which is why it's ultra important to have, this should be the regular flow of the show, and we have an opportunity to make a difference. And while we tell stories, it's important to do that here on Vintage House Show, but it's also an opportunity to make an impact and to impress upon our audience and those who may view us later on, right? That we are all valuable in the contributions that we make. I live in a house with all women, including my.
Lucky you.
I don't know about that.
I do too. The only boy in my house is one cat out of like 6 entities.
Yep.
So he gets a hard time.
And so we, again, I honor and respect all of you, certainly the women in my home, and the contributions. I look at your talents, your creativity, your beauty, all that is encompassed in that, and it warms my heart. And again, I'm honored to be the guy in the room tonight. But I too am trying to represent a little bit in celebration of what's happening. I got my Howard University cap on. I did not attend. I'm not an alum, but I have been to many a homecoming at Howard, which is where I picked this up. Okay. So with that, I wanted to ensure that for those who don't know, Kym, can you tell us a little bit about your start in house music or music in general? Because I know your roots are not in house music, and it's important to note that you are a Midwesterner.
Yeah.
Living in the UK.
Yeah, I am a Midwesterner originally from Gary, Indiana. I grew up on the same block as Steeltown Records, which was a label for the Jacksons. I well, in a way, I did start in house, but I went to university. I went to Columbia and studied arts and entertainment media management because I wanted to, and entertainment law. I wanted to learn how to read a contract. That was my main kind of thing. And also my mother said, you cannot sing unless you go to college.
Now, did you go to Columbia in Chicago?
I went to Mundelein first.
Yeah.
Then
okay.
University
up near me.
And I ended up at Columbia.
Yeah, that's how that happened. Look, I'm a graduate of Columbia College, 1988. The Arts, Entertainment, Media Management program. That was the bomb.
Great program. Fred Klein was Fred over there. We had all the heavy hitters in the industry at our disposal to learn.
Right. It was amazing. It was like all my spirit animals all around me. I'm like, why didn't I discover this earlier?
Linda Mintz was like one of my teachers for law.
Yes.
Chuck Suber, who had at the time. I did every internship that came up on that internship board. So therefore, I ended up doing an intern at Dee Jay International. I did an intern at Jam Productions. Jam Productions was a big production company in Chicago.
I worked for them too.
For the audience, in case y'all don't know, it was a big promotion company that promoted like a lot of the big concerts. I did like a radio station with Steve Dahl. Can you imagine? Steve Dahl, Disco Sucks, Steve Dahl. I was his like assistant. Where didn't I work? Rachel, Screaming Rachel had a club. I was like trying to get as much information in before I went into the industry because of so many of the women before me who may have not have had a choice and signed things and ended up being owned by the company or their properties owned for forever. And to say it happens anyway eventually, but it doesn't start that way. You can make some prevention things and have enough information to even like sort of control your what you sign or have a knowledge of it, what you're signing, because a lot of times the record industry will appoint a lawyer to you, which is their own, which is, already the deck stacked. Soon as you're like, what's this? And it's like a book. So, you have to kind of navigate yourself in Columbia College, which I see. I have a sister from Columbia. Was a really great place to go. Everything. And it was a smaller campus than it is now in Chicago. So we had maybe 2-3 buildings then. They've got about 9 now, although we're in COVID. So universities are online. I don't know what's happening like there now, but okay. So then I started my own label. How I got.
What's the name of the label?
The name of the label was called Police Records. This was started in '85 with 2 partners, Dwayne Powell and Donnie Johnson. And that's why I put my first single on, Taste My Love, which was Calling Card. We pressed 2,000 copies. And
amazing.
Wow, going through this story. And then the people who would come in to get export records from America to take back to Europe picked up a copy of this record as well as the other house records that was on Trax Records label, which was a record label by a guy named Larry Sherman, who did a lot of the early. I even did a internship there. That's another story. But he had like a lot of the artists like Marshall Jefferson's "Move Your Body," Donnie, Don, Daryl Pandy, "Love Can't Turn Around," Farley, Jack Master Funk, and all the early people. So I saw that happening. Put a small label together. Put 2,000 copies together. It got picked up by DJs that came across the water, started being played. That's how that started. So
wow, look at that.
There's a bit of it.
Oh yeah, that's the record, Taste My Love. That was the Police Records, House to House. Even House to House, I came up with the name for that.
That's amazing.
Jam.
Yep, the whole design of it, because I was learning at Columbia. So just kind of put that together, and that was the first record that kicked things off. It got brought over to the UK, unbeknownst to me. Was being played on what they had here called pirate radio.
Yeah,
one radio station that controlled the airwaves. There was like really no other station except for the state government station. And the pirate radios were, well, we didn't know. We were just young kids, so we knew we were on the radio in Europe. It's like, girl, I'm on the radio, I'm going to go over there. But,
all that mattered, right? Somebody's playing their tracks.
And the people, everything starts underground anyway.
Yes.
But any kind of music. So that happened. And I think they had a tour out there. And when they came back, I saw the work permits and I asked if I could get the guy's name who was listed on there. I called the guy to see if maybe I could come to England, maybe, naive. Oh, hi, this is Kym. Maybe I just got a little record. Can I maybe come? I see that you brought some of my other, colleagues, the early pioneers over there, Are you Kym Mazelle that made the record Taste My Love? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, you got a #1 record over here. And I was like, really? Oh, okay. But obviously the #1 record was on the pirate. It was on the underground. But like I said, all that mattered. And it got me a ticket to the UK to do a showcase.
Can I ask a question, Kevin? Kym, you said something that I've heard other people say, which is artists like you, and I heard Steve say this, I heard other people say this, sort of when house music was kicking off and Europe was embracing it in a different way than we were embracing it in the United States. Like it was popular, it was played on the airwaves, it was getting #1 in 2 spots. You guys were surprised by the acceptance of what was happening here. Hey, Kevin. Kevin playing with Steve.
Yeah, I'm trying to feature your video.
That's okay. So, what do you think? Why do you think that it was embraced over there more than it was embraced in the United States? And I know this is a question that's been asked before, but I don't think I've ever asked you the question. And I certainly haven't heard a woman's point of view of like what was happening in Europe that wasn't happening in the United States. And how did that feel?
Well, I was still in university, so I was pretty much a kid anyway. You know what I mean? I was in school. So I didn't really take it on board as what was happening. But, I kind of looked at it in similar ways because remember, I did an intern with Steve, that guy at WLS. Steve Dahl. Steve Dahl had done a movement, Disco Sucks.
Oh, we all know about that.
Remember, he blew up all disco records in the middle of
1979.
Because
talk about it a lot, Kym, because it was a defining moment.
It was a defining moment where they were switching the genres of music to be played. House is the baby, as they say, of disco. Right. So when disco phased out, they weren't going to just pick up house either, because we were in 84, 83, all of it. It wasn't even a developed sound. We were still shaping it. It was like in the gay clubs in the north side of Chicago, where we would go and play it on a cassette or on a
reel-to-reel.
A reel-to-reel. Oh yeah. Go to Ron Hardy or different places. And it was like, it clicked, but people were watching because people would take it to New York and different places. We weren't, aware of that. And we had the Hot Mix 5 that played on local Chicago radio. So to us, it was kind of out there already, but you had to like sort of scuffle, find it, and then to find out that there was places like England playing the record kind of played to the same history of Black artists and music having to go to Europe for me to become something like sort of like the lady that wore the bananas, Josephine Baker.
Josephine Baker, yeah.
Josephine Baker had to go to Europe. Billie Holiday, Tina Turner, Tina Turner, to be sort of like accepted and for their music to kind of to get played. Ours didn't have. I remember, like, actually even 30 years ago or more, playing it for someone, and I didn't understand this then, but 35 years later, I do. It was good. He knew of something about it, but he said to me, "It's not ready yet. Come back in 30 years."
Wow.
So this was a guy whose ears industry, A&R, high level. He said, it's not ready yet.
I want to
30 years later is EDM.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, we
And
yeah, the evolution.
This was for America, this guy was talking about.
Mm-hmm,
I want to go to DJ and ask about your start as well, and see if there are any parallels in terms of where you played. Have you played abroad, or are you primarily domestic? Have you even targeted the international scene? Can you talk a little bit about that?
So I've played domestically. I'm looking. I'm looking forward to playing abroad. I am looking forward to that. But my beginnings weren't in house music. They were actually in the Steppers arena. Oh, get it, Lord, get it.
Yeah.
So I know that
it was funny that in the Steppers arena, they felt I was too young. I had a battle in both arenas.
Wow.
In the Steppers arena, they said I was too young to know what I knew or play, for crowds 15, 20 years older than me. And in the house arena, they said I wasn't organic because I, didn't get to hear Ronnie and Frankie and that kind of thing. So I had to battle, both ways.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can hear that though. I can appreciate that. There's a certain purity in both of those movements. Like, trust me, I was stepping because I used to roller skate. So roller skate was like the mother of stepping, or maybe
that's where I saw you that time.
That's true.
At Harvey Roller Rink, Lori.
I was at somebody's roller rink once a week. And then I graduated to house music, so that was over. But we were stepping and roller skating. But no, I get you, because there's purists. In the Black community, you got to be kind of like part of especially that steppers crowd. They're purists,
Yeah.
Yes.
And house people, forget it.
Steppers are tough. They're tough people. They're very purists.
And the thing is, like you said, music is so interwoven in our lives and lifestyles, but house really formed and took root right in the 80s, the post-disco demolition era. And so, yes, while there are purists out there, that it's a young genre for all practical purposes. And most people are coming into it with some other roots. So I've heard from you, DJ, Steppers. Kym, I think in reading a little bit and doing some research, you were performing as a reggae artist. Can you, talk a little bit about your roots and really what was the pivot?
I forgot all about this. See, so much stuff. That was while I was at Columbia to put myself through school. I was like singing wherever, but that's true. I was doing, I was singing in a live reggae band with dreadlocks and everything. Oh God, what was the name of that band? To perform at the Wow Hair.
Yeah.
Singing Armadillo. That was the name of that place. And I worked with a group called Dalao, which was an Ethiopian, West Indian, Jamaican group. I worked with like a lot of those different groups that came there. I worked with Debbie Defire.
Wow.
Yeah, Donnie Johnson, Seal Johnson, Selena Johnson's father. He was somewhere on the side of that, like blues, because I was just trying to find a voice and a place where I could be in front of an audience and understand how, to do that. So I work with Barbara LaShore at the Blues Club on Halsted Street at Kingston Mines. Mm-hmm. I do come up and sing a little bit just for the nerves, because it was so weird. There was some places I wasn't brought up through the church. Okay, sorry, whatever. I know they got the whole thing. All Black singers came up singing in church.
Gospel.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, I did sing a little bit, maybe from 5 or 6, but it was, I don't know. It just.
That wasn't you. That's okay.
So, and it was later on that I just, when I got to Chicago, with so many live music places, and it was just buzzing. So while I was at Columbia and crafting music, because while I was singing at these places. I was, like I said, working at DJ International and helping to like form with House and meeting Marshall Jefferson, going to the West Side to his little, that place there, that flat, boy. We were knob tweaking and everything. It was, everybody was coming through there, Chippy and
you're writing a book for us right now. Like, I just want to unpack every little thing that you're saying.
There's
so many nuggets. What was Marshall Jefferson doing on the West Side, and what was the little thing, and who was twisting the knobs? What's going on? Girl, I can't take notes. I'm glad we're taping this.
I'm just giggly piggly because as you're talking and I'm half asleep, I'm visualizing taking the bus there, the station there, getting the tape to Farley, different things, people seeing something in me, saying there's something in you here, go to this person and try this. I even ended up singing backing vocals for REO Speedwagon with Shay Jones. Anybody know Shay Jones over there?
Oh my goodness.
On the road with her, she said, "You're gonna learn how to sing in front of a crowd of 60,000 people." I was like, "I am." She was like, "Yep, we're going on the road." I was like, "Okay." And she had talked them into taking me. And we were like on this tour bus in the dark, and I could put my makeup on full face in the dark to this day.
That's a skill. That's a skill.
Skill. It can be
most people can't do that. I know a lot of transgender performers do it really well, but not too many women. Like you got like these women who are like, I've done a lot of shows and they can do that makeup anywhere. I'm like, man, you got to teach me that skill because I can't do it.
Yeah, well, I learned
guess if you're on the road long enough, you'll figure it out, huh?
You'll figure it out, and then when you get there, you kind of move like where it went. Because it did go herb. But yeah, those are like some of the background memories of doing different, just trying to feel comfortable with singing in front of an audience and knowing that this was my path. I knew it from Gary. I knew it from, watching Michael Jackson as a little boy down the street from me. And seeing Michael leave from down the street and going into the TV. That's how I just went. And in my mind somewhere, I thought if he could go from just there into a TV, I could. Yeah. You don't have the words to kind of figure out how to say this as a kid, but you all of a sudden, this kid been hearing, and you hear the guitar plug up for Sundays and Saturdays, and then he's on and he's in your TV. Like
if you can see it, you can be it.
That's right.
Have a language for any of that, but I think Michael really planted a seed. The Jacksons did big time, and
that's amazing.
Really they did.
And so one of the beauties of tonight's show is it's cross-generational, and we've got an artist and a DJ. So
we need
one of the terms you used, Kym, was you said you grafted music together, and we've heard DJ share that she started out in the steppers genre. Can you talk about what that either transition was like or what the overlap looked like and felt like? Were you blending these crowds and audiences together at some point, or did you just make the cut?
Yeah, because I was doing mobile parties as well. More than just stepper sets. I was doing mobile parties. I was doing wedding receptions and all that. And, when you do those kinds of parties, you got to play all genres. So there was a point in time during those sets that, there would be a house component to it. So real quick, jazz during dinner and steppers, and then a little house segment and slides, whatever. So I've always played house music, but just not totally, it's always been other stuff mixed into it. So I stopped spinning for a short time and went back to school and had my son and that kind of thing. When I came back to spinning again, I encountered a number of people who played house exclusively. Being around them and hanging with them and everything, I was like, I really like this. I might try to do a little bit more of this. And the first person that kind of put me around a little bit mellow, let me play anything. Derek Smoking Jones, let me play anything. and that kind of thing. So I started leaning more toward doing house. So it was like an evolution. I didn't just jump, feet first into all house music. It was like an evolution to get to this point.
And an evolution that has it's continued. I mean, you're on this trajectory that is powerful, and one of the reasons we had you on tonight is because we know we're going to hear a lot more from you over time. And the thing that you're doing on Saturday night, can you talk a little bit more about that and how people can tune in and check it out?
Sure. That's back-to-back Saturdays. Myself and DJ Box. We started, doing this internet show when we had to find a new normal. So we are on my Twitch page. You can find me. The spelling is just like my name, Dee Jay Alicia, DeJay Alicia. And we're on there. I start at 7:30, and then the shenanigans just rolls from there. One time I think we ended the show and it was like 7:30 in the morning.
Wow. That's
y'all up late.
So we've started doing like battles. We'll have battle. We had a steppers battle. We had a JB's battle because Lori, both of us skaters, both.
Wow.
We
What's
had
up,
a BMX
AB?
battle. Right. We had a BMX battle. We had Scott Smoking Seals come on and talk to us about BMX and all that stuff like that. So we're trying to evolve, keep it evolving, and keep it exciting for the people at home. It's like we've got a regular crowd now that say like, okay, it's time for the show.
Wow.
I love that.
Congratulations.
That's amazing. When you describe your style, I think we're moving more towards this, and I think this is something for both you and Kym, is that we start to get into this only house music groove, which is fine because it emulates what we learned early on with the Warehouse and the Power Plant, these places. But there was this whole movement, I think, and especially in the 90s, where you had a whole lot more open format DJs. And I think, Was That All It was one of those crossover songs. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those songs, as a DJ, let me just tell you how I would do it.
Gene Kern.
I know you can relate to that.
Whose version?
Gene Kern.
Mine.
Or Kym Mazelle.
I like both of them. But what I'm saying is the tempo. The tempo of it is about the ability to do this crossover. And so I mentioned that because I know that's one of your tracks, but it reminds me of how you would move from a stepper set into sort of this intermediate thing into this house. And it's about tempo. It's about flow. It's about sort of combining audiences. And we don't do that as much anymore. Everything is 125 beats a minute, 123 beats a minute. And that party stays there all night, which is okay. But I do think we've lost something. And I feel like the 90s was where we had more experimentation with that. We were more open for that. I mean, what do you think, Kym?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And that 125 BPM is crazy. I did a show like last year somewhere, and I mean, my track, I was like, who's that on my track? I was just, it's a bit, it was a bit much for me, and they just kept it there, and they took it up to 130 to where it almost slows down. They kept going so fast, I could almost do it in halftime. I was like, wow, it was just kind of weird. But I think the 90s, we kind of had a bit more, like you said, we had more of a selection. We had more of a soulful house. House was really more soulful. It was, I don't know, some people says it was pop, but I think it was more soulful. I mean, my version of Was That All It Was, I did with Marshall Jefferson, but David Morales remixed it.
Yes.
He did the remixes for me, and someone else did those remixes, and I can't, Cincy Music Factory or somebody, but it just fits. And they would meet the two of them, mine, Miss Carnes, on the dance floor, and they just would.
That's what I'm saying. It was a perfect intermediary, and I almost feel like we don't have the patience for that anymore. I don't know, DJ. You are, you do open format. You've done that. I mean, why are we doing that?
I do, But I think that's one of the reasons why I partnered with Box.
Okay.
because Box is a very versatile DJ, and he takes me places. I'll get stuck in I like Afro, I like up tempo stuff like that, and people don't want to be beat to death like that. You know what I mean? You need a nice ebb and flow to it. So that's why I chose him to partner with, and we got together and everything, because Box will break it all the way down. I'll be spinning my set, and Box will come on and break it all the way down to 117.
I love it.
The group.
you gotta have courage to do that, though.
You do,
because you gotta have our age.
You gotta have a balance as well. You gotta have a balance as well. You know what I mean? And I think that I got stuck at that 125 point because of where I am, like where you're situated at the party. A lot of times I would open and I would, bring it up to opening.
You take them on the journey.
Right. You don't want to jump in there with both, at 8 o'clock for the bartenders or whatever, So it's an art to opening and alley-ooping it to the middle or the headliner or whatever. And a lot of people don't understand that. But then when my time slot changed, I think I got locked into, okay, I got to come in here and I got to,
you got to hump the whole time. Right.
Yeah. So it kind of took me out of that flow. So I'm really enjoying freedom of being able to do, play how I want.
Will it be difficult to go back where you have a crowd in a venue or a promoter who has expectations? What do you think?
No, because I feed off energy. Like when I'm playing live, I feed off the energy of the crowd. Like they
tell you what's working, right?
They tell you what's working and what's not working. So and I learned that when you play outside of your comfort zone, like I went to Detroit and I went in there with guns blazing, and then 15 minutes into the set, everybody was kind of just, looking, and I had to switch gears. Yes. You know what I mean? Okay, they like more of a soulful crowd. They want to, so I had to, you got to be able to do that.
Reading the crowd, there's nothing like it. And certainly comments and emoticons and all those type of things help in this online virtual world, but there's nothing like the energy of the crowd, both performing,
like the energy of the crowd.
As a DJ or a singer, I can imagine.
Can I ask Alicia a quick question about? She was just saying you did a performance, and it was in a baseball field.
Yes.
Was that that was recently during the COVID? That was a venue
that was this past Saturday.
What can I ask? What was that like? Because that sounds like a great alternative idea for spacing.
It was amazing. Like while on the baseball field and everything was opened up, people, some people had on masks, some people didn't because it was social. Everybody was socially distant. But like when you went to go get a drink or whatever, and you're going to be in close proximity to people, put your mask on, go get your cocktail or whatever. The DJs had almost like a backstage area. They had to lift it up. I actually had to climb up a ladder to get to where the DJ portion was.
I love that.
Don't you love
it? Yeah, really, that feel on a whole nother level. And
I love that shit.
The sound system.
It was dope. Like
I DJ a place where you got to climb up a ladder. I love that.
I know, right? I know.
We had Burt Blanchard on from the Shelter, and he talked about his experiences where he was able to keep some of the suburbanites at bay is what he shared.
It's a balance,
It was a nested DJ booth, but
it's a balance. You want to read people's energy, but you also want to have the space to do your thing, right?
It's more.
Exactly.
I don't come in McDonald's helping you flip burgers, as they used to say in the comedy joint. Let me do my job.
Damn it.
You're right.
Oh, gosh.
So I want to shift gears and talk about the process of making music, right? So we've talked about playing and a little bit about the origins. Let's talk about releases, because both of you have had a chance. Kym, you're a performing artist, so you have a pretty extensive discography. And Alicia, you have made great inroads as well with your co-collaborator, another friend of the Vintage House Show, Black Widow. So talk a little bit about, the why of making music. I mean, we know you perform because it's in your heart, but talk about, this recording process. Kym, you want to go first?
Don't let Alicia go first. Let DJ Alicia go first. I always go first. You go first.
The making music part was kind of an accident at first. I was doing a birthday set. Terry Hunter had me come down to the shrine to spend on my birthday, and I needed something exciting for the crowd. And the Black Widow was there. We were, sitting around drinking some wine and everything, and I was looking for some inspiration. And I said, "Man, remember that piece you did at the poetry set?" And she's, "Yeah, so you think I could record that for the performance tomorrow?" Yeah, so she did that. I took a track and looped it and did a couple things to it and everything, but it went over so well that after that night, I sent it to Mike. And when I sent it to him, I said, "Man, can you add some flavor to it and make it sound like your stuff does?" When I say Mike, I mean Mike Dunn.
Friend of the Vintage House Show.
Yeah. And I was at Reynolds, and I'm just standing there, and he gets on the microphone, and he's like, "Brand new music coming out, DJ Alicia, Black Widow," and he plays this orchestra that he put together.
Wow.
Love it.
Nothing like, you know what I mean? When I put together like, and when he put together, like boom, boom, like, like that. But after that point, I wanted to try my hand at making some music. And, again, the Black Widow provided vocals on Groove Me and sent that to Mike. Mike did it. And as a matter of fact, I'm in the studio right now. I had to take a break. Let me swing y'all around this way.
What's up?
Eric, welcome. You get immaculate.
What's up? Surprise!
So I'm working on something right now, and I was like, "Do you mind if I do the interview from your?"
That's amazing.
Look, Immaculate is a hard person to catch up with.
So you got to get them when you can. I know.
Immaculate got hit swinging out the door, daily. So I was like, I didn't want to miss my appointment. I was like, bring my laptop.
Love it.
That's
we
good
love
stuff.
it. This is
That's fantastic.
The vibe of the Vintage House Show. So for those of you who don't tune in every Wednesday night, you see what you're missing. Be with us.
You never know who's going to show up.
3 a.m. in the UK. So we want an exclusive of the release on the Vintage House Show.
Yeah.
Immaculate and Byron Stingley did drop that fire Carla Prather song on the Vintage House Show right here.
And Byron's got a new, they're putting together a new 10 City album at the moment too right now.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
We're going to be wrestling for that one.
It sounds real good. I said, Byron, it sounds real good.
So, Kym, tell us, before you do, I've got a DJ Alicia.
Yes. Somebody got a question, statement?
I haven't asked my questions yet now.
The Groove Me. Go for it.
I got 10 minutes. You got to let me get something in. Okay. So, all right. I have, DJ Alicia was last on a show that I host, Vintage House, my show, not the Mega Show. We all in it together. But anyway, she was on the show in December of 2019 where we had a little tag team with Nikki. We had a little fun. That was a really, really, really great night. But I just had this one question. And it was something that you said that night that I feel like we didn't explore enough of. And it was about like the pros and cons of belonging to a group. And you are, when you collaborate with folks, there are pros and cons to it, obviously. You're in Ascension. Ascension is this amazing collective of DJs. I love seeing your posts. I love seeing the travel. I'm so jealous. They're on an island and on a boat and they're DJing and they got t-shirts. And it just was like a big
t-shirt
old
going
love.
on right now.
Let me see your t-shirt.
That's my t-shirt. I like that t-shirt. I like Lori's t-shirt.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's that's who we are, right? But but I wanted to ask you, like, what are the pros and cons of belonging to such a big DJ group?
Okay, let's go. Let's start from the beginning. I am not in Ascension.
I thought you were.
I am not.
What the heck?
So Ascension just happens to be like my bestest friends.
Okay.
Like
So
those
you're
are my bestest friends.
member.
Like those are all we hang. We call each other squad. You know, it's just like a little nickname we have for each other, squad or whatever. It's like 50 Mills, me, Jesus Martinez, G Whip,
Yes.
and we just like friends. We don't, you know.
Okay.
That the group that I am trying to collectively put together will be the Vortex DJs.
Got it. Okay.
So the Vortex DJs also are just my friends. Like when I decided to do the internet radio show, the marathon, I said, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, I need people that I can get along with. It's no Chiefs, all Indian.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody, it's all love.
No cons.
Yeah.
All pros. I'm mad at you. It's something that I kind of wanted to do, but I never really had a chance to join a crew. Although I don't know if Celeste is still watching, but yesterday she said I could be. I'm just gonna say it. She said I could be an honorary member of the the fabulous Fantastic Four, 5.
Fantastic Four.
Back in the 80s, you know. I said I would love that.
What about Vertigo? You guys had
Vertigo was sort of a DJ crew, but me and Craig were the only DJs. Does 2 people make a crew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
I love what you guys do. I just love it. I just well, even though you're not a part of that, I just love the camaraderie. I love the brotherhood.
I think that's why. I think that's why. We just having fun. Be quiet, Lee. I see your comment. Lee always most on everything. Look,
don't cry, Lee.
My tears are always happy tears. My tears are always happy tears. Now, if I'm happy, you're not gonna see too many tears.
Nikki, what's up, Nikki?
Nikki's in the Vortex. Nikki's a Vortex DJ.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. She was very excited about this show too. She's like, yes, leading up to promoting tonight. So let's spend a little time with Kym in that process. Your discography is pretty extensive, Kym. I want to, of course, I'll chime in a little bit about one of my favorites. We'll talk about it in a sec.
Well, you mean like some of the writing processes of some of the music or things?
Every aspect. What is your favorite part? Are you enjoying most the performing part, the writing piece, the recording?
I like all of it. It depends on the moment. You know, writing is magical, and certain things happen when all of the celestial beings are lined together. And I'm saying that just to lead into how I ended up writing "Missing You" with Jazzy B and Soul to Soul, and how that happened. I was just doing a performance in London somewhere. I think I was promoting Useless, which is a track that I did with Marshall Jefferson. And I was promoting that and finishing up a show about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And Jazzy and Nelly Hooper were at the gig, patted me on my shoulder and said, I want you to come to the studio and blow a tune. So I was like, oh, okay, but who are you? And he's like, well, Soul to Soul wasn't really, they were out there in America because they had done Back to Life and this and that, but I wasn't aware. I was on my own album trip and doing my stuff. And he called me and asked me, he came to the gig and asked me to come to the studio with him. And I went with them, and it was about 4 o'clock, 4:30, we got to the studio, and he started playing this track. And I was like, wow, you know, you're the sweetest. I can't sing, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. So anyway, I was just like, okay. And I just started writing that. And that process was so magical that the music, the words, the connection, everything came together at once. I went in the studio, sang down the track one time. And this is the first time I ever did that.
One time.
And it kind of came off the dome. and we did some little punch in tricks, and that record came out, and it was the follow up to what Karen had done with Soul to Soul. So it was like a top 10 hit around the world, 1990, a New Decade album, and talking about having magical elements at once in a room. That night in the studio, Nelly was remixing Ghetto Heaven in one room, which was with the family Stan and Sandra St. Victor, girlfriend of mine. And in the other room, he was doing that remix for Nothing Compares to You for Sinead O'Connor, one that started off really slow. So all three of those things were going on in the studio at one time. So for me, writing can be anywhere from those type of elements coming together, or just sometimes sitting in a club and you think you hear something on from a track a DJ's playing, and you just groove it, and you go in the bathroom. I used to go in the bathroom and get toilet paper and start writing on it. That
is the trick in the tip.
You know, it just be all kind of different things, to just waking up in the middle of the night with the and I still have one of these. This is, where is it? Oh, I don't know if it's here. But anyway, waking up with
or pad.
I used to have I used to sleep with my cassette dictaphone.
Oh, one of the micro recorders, yes.
For years, I just sleep with it because I would just wake up with ideas. For years, I mean, I didn't have boyfriends. I had my cassette. It had its own pillow.
And so your pillow talk was really authoring, composing lyrics. Right?
With cassettes, and I even have cassettes on me right now. I'm still, because I'm taking things off cassette at the moment and putting it on Wave. So I've got loads of that stuff just sitting right here. Oh, here it is. This is crazy.
I love it.
Nice. So one day we're going to ask for you to donate that to the Dance Music Research and Archiving Foundation.
That's right.
As we create museum exhibits of the history of house music.
Yeah. So it's just so many processes. Like even now, I'm loving Alicia that she just sitting there in the cut, and I'm like, oh, she's in her little office room. She goes, nope, I'm in the studio right now. I got some time, and I'm in here just getting ready to put some stuff together. I love you for that. I feel that. Absolutely.
Always work, the creative spirit and energy, to your point.
Yeah.
Always going.
It's just going on. That's great.
Lori?
What'd you say?
Oh, I thought you got.
I just say you got to do it. You got to work. You know, this is a field where you have to work. So, you know, if you're trying to stay relevant to yourself and to the community that you're trying to serve, you can't let up. And that's, you know, people like Jay Alicia and Kym Mazelle, you know this all too well. Is that when you slow down, you know, the biggest disappointment is just to yourself. It's not to your fans, you know, because this is what feeds you, right?
It's true, and it feeds them as well. And obviously, especially in Europe, they like the classics. They're very loyal. They're very loyal over here. You don't need to be making all these new whatever. They want to hear what they know you for. They want to see you. They want to see you. They're like so loyal. Like, say even if something happened to you and you wonder and you just looking crazy, but if you can get yourself together enough to get there, they appreciate the effort of seeing you, because you remind them of maybe the best years of their lives when they were raving somewhere. Maybe they were in Ibiza in the 90s when you were there, like in the night, because we've been going to Ibiza. I've been going to Ibiza since '89. Wow. So, you know, yeah, I lived there for like 5 years. It's like, you know, so it's people have taken the journey with you, and they want to see you. They're like, because it's you, love, and then and you stay in good shape. It helps them like relive all that stuff. You have no idea how many times I was on the dance floor, Kym, with your music, you know, here, there, everywhere. So it's a very loyal group of people. That's why a lot of artists like from America, like CeCe Peniston and Robin S., and a lot of them come over here constantly, and they want to hear that song, that one song. That's what they want to hear. So it's really, and once you build and Alicia probably can contest to this too, once you have your audience and your niche, you can keep working that it's like a boutique shop where you have your customers or your clients that you've built with me over 30 years. And they come for, different things. They want to hear the original stuff. Yeah, they want to hear something new too. And unlike right now, because of COVID and certain things, I've had the opportunity to do in my living room unreleased recordings that I've recorded over the years that the record company didn't release, or bad management just couldn't get it in the door because they would just whatever. Some of the stories I go through, and then I'll do the song. I'll play the song, do a little miming, do a little singing, and I just call it a demo series, lockdown demo series, and I get up and perform it. And now they want me to release the album of the, so it just grows, and then, I'm doing like a podcast. Yes, I must plug my podcast on Spotify, and it's called Young Hearts Run Free, which is, because I was able to record that song for the movie Romeo and Juliet, which would be my second Grammy nomination. So you guys, if you're able to tune into that podcast, it is on Spotify or Google or all these other outlets that Spotify, that podcast come on, and that's Kym Mazelle, Young Hearts Run Free. So, tune in. It's not too long because, everybody doesn't have a long attention span, especially me. So I talk about 2 parts, 10 minutes. We talk about it real hot. You can leave a message and I'll answer you the next time coming out. But
so, I just had up image of you and some of the early releases, and I indicated I was going to share my favorite song, Love Strain, which was that's
a song, baby. I wrote that.
I know you did. And I think one of besides it being just a groove, right? The affinity for it has to do with when I first met you was at New Music Seminar in New York City. There was an after party or something. Love Strain had come out. I think they were working the song, and it was like a bowling alley party. And one of my buddies, Hakeem Abdal-Halak from Boston, said, "Here, come here. I want you to meet someone." And he introduced me to you. And I have this photo, but I cannot find this photo.
Good. Don't shock me with it.
It's totally.
Wait.
No, the photo is that you posed with me because I was so enamored that I had met Kym Mazelle, the performer of Love Strain. So that's my Kym story.
Oh wow, Love Strain.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's wrong.
That's so sassy. Oh my God, that song is so sassy.
Love that song.
Oh my! I wrote that about Gavin Christopher.
Gavin Christopher.
Yeah, I wrote that song about Gavin. I wrote a lot of songs about Gavin. I think I was dating Gavin at the time.
Oh wow! Okay, good to know.
Yeah, a little background story. Rest in peace, Gavin.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are rounding out, the hour. We normally try to get it all in, to your point earlier about people having short attention spans. But it's not every day that our Vintage House show includes 2 fabulous women that are our guests. Of course, I co-host with 2 fabulous women, Lori Branch and Lauren Lowry. And you, Kym, are coming to us from across the pond where it is now 4 a.m.
It's 4 in the morning, and I've got to do a TV show at 6.
Wow!
And it's live, British Breakfast live. And I'm like, I was like, I'm going to try to stay as long as I can. And
well, you
it's an honor to be with a female DJ as well.
Two.
Yeah. Okay, go back to a little story too. Early days when I, done Taste My Love and stuff, I used to go to New York to do that song and sing that song live. Me and You Used to Hold Me.
Liz Torres. Xavier Gold.
Me and Xavier Xavier used to go like once a month to New York. I do Taste My Love. She used to hold me. And, you know, Xavier was an early, she was a DJ.
Yeah.
She is now, but I mean, early on, she was DJing and learning to DJ. And I really admired that. And I wanted to pick it up, but I was on this other trail so fast.
Yeah.
Have the opportunity to stop and, you know, and to do that. So you ladies,
Never too late. Never too late. You could be a singing DJ.
I could be on the ones and twos.
Absolutely.
And see, the thing about it was I liked vinyl. I liked the spinning of vinyl. I know that everybody's on some are just on laptops press and play, and then some are on the CDs and mixing it together. The vinyl, and that was something just I thought was really, really special. And female DJs, yeah, I honor you guys because that's not an easy gig, you know, especially grafting and getting to where you are, you know. And back in the day, we had to walk with all those boxes of records. And,
oh yes,
and it's a male-dominated industry, you know, as well as I do, that sometimes, you know, you used to get elbowed out. And even with me, with the DJ singing on the track, I'd get to some gigs and the DJ, the guy who I got the remix gig from my record wouldn't even want me to sing 2 bars on the mic at the show. I was like, you must be out your mind.
Well, you know, we're about to have a black female VP, so the whole game is going to change. Okay, ladies?
Oh, that used to just really upset me. I really did. I was like, I got to
change the game.
I know. That story's for other days, darling. I'm a sip tea on that.
I feel you.
So question for you. Pinky in or out with the tea in the UK? Tell us.
It doesn't matter.
What? There's no etiquette associated with it.
No, it's not. Maybe back in 1805, but like.
So I don't want it to go unnoted that we had some breaking news here on the Vintage House show that, you know, we can expect some DJ sets from Kym Mazelle, and maybe she'll team up with Lori Brand and Dee Jay Alicia. And I will promote that show. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm here for that.
Look at all that
that's just
wax
a little bit of
Lori has back there.
Wow.
Right.
I got plenty of wax for you to play.
She got some wax.
Wow.
Look, you would not be the first person from England in my basement, because
are you
I did the interview down here. Huh?
Are you in Chicago, stateside?
I'm in Chicago. Yeah.
Okay. When I come to visit my mom, I'm gonna send
you. Come on, girl. Come through.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hello, you guys stop by. You guys stop by Mega's house too, please. I got a vinyl room.
Mega, meet us at Lori's for tea, and you can hold your pinky up if you
want. Very good.
That's right. That's right.
And so we gotta have you both back.
Alicia, are you in Detroit?
No, I'm in Chicago.
Oh,
Chicago. We are Chicago's podcast, but we're global. We are global.
Okay, but we just all meet at Laura's because I'm looking all
That's
that.
Right.
Yeah.
I got. It's a playground for DJs. Trust me.
Yeah, it just
have a lot of fun.
It just looks like it too. So I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I wanted to stay for a few questions, but I need like 1 more hour of sleep before I have to do the next one. I want to put on lashes and all that stuff, but child, I was like,
oh Lord.
Your Chicago, Gary, Midwest family are certainly appreciative.
You guys so much. I just appreciate you. The audience as well. I love you guys. Thanks for supporting me. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Alicia, and Lori. Thank you guys for having me on. And I would only do it for homeschool people to be up at 3:00 in the morning trying.
I'm going to find this picture, frame it, and send it to you in the UK. You'll love it.
That's right. Thank you, Kym.
So much love, appreciation, and respect. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
It's been an honor.
Peace. Hair grease. Bye.
All right. Bye, Kym, DJ, can you tell us as we're wrapping up where again we can check you out and ensure that everyone knows how to stay connected to you?
So we've got back-to-back Saturdays, and that's every single Saturday on my Twitch page.
What's the Twitch handle?
Twitch.tv/DJ Alicia, DeeJayAlicia.
All right.
We've got the Vortex Marathon. We were supposed to have it tomorrow, but because of the storm, everybody's power got knocked out, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was able to tune in. So we pushed it to the 20th. So we're going to be all day music, Vortex Marathon, Vortex DJs on the 20th. I'm excited. That's kind of like my baby, the Vortex. So I'm really excited about that. Yes, Darlene, Lady D. That's my Lady D and Lori Branch.
Lady D
are my faves.
Lady D just did a stint on the Vince Adams show.
I'm blushing now, blushing. I'm in the company with Lady D and DJ Alicia.
And a very close friend of the Vintage House show as well.
That's my girl. She was on earlier with Vince Adams. Really great show with her and Psycho Bitch. That was really interesting. So you gotta watch that.
Absolutely. And so we want to honor and thank you, DJ Alicia, for joining us.
Yes.
She's a three-peater, by the way, on the Vintage House show. Lori, you've been able to get her. So Mega had to get some time in.
That's right.
DJ.
So let me tell you, I think I've done something nobody else has done on Vintage House Radio. I actually, after I did my interview, myself and Miss Nikki, we actually interviewed Lori, and she stayed, and we interviewed Lori for like an hour.
They did. I forgot about that.
She did like an hour-long interview. We were shooting questions at her, like, what about this? And she stayed after the show in the hallway, and we interviewed her for an entire hour.
I love that. I forgot all about it. They always do really cool things. I have to, Alicia, she's the only guest that ever bought me a present. It was a Christmas show. The first time she came on, she brought me this lovely Starbucks cup with the coffee and a gift card. I was like, what? I got to have her back.
Yeah. Well, that's why she's a three-peater. And Lady D, we love you back. We love you back and appreciate
That's right.
you.
Talitha, what's up?
Hey, Talitha.
And so next week's show, we've got another fire show coming up. Still locking in the guests. You know, you guys as artists and guests, we got to, go through a lot to get you on, but it's always worth it. So that's this tonight.
You see, I broke up my whole studio section.
He's very grateful. We're very grateful.
Yes.
Eric, we're very grateful, Eric.
Go do that spin one more time around the side.
Right. Thank you for your patience, Immaculate. Look, I had to angle it so y'all could see him in the background.
Right, like, why is that t-shirt in there? So
I love it. I love it.
All right. Doing well.
Yep.
Thank you,
everything's going well, sir.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Always.
So, Laura, you want to take us out?
Well, listen, I just want to say thank you, DJ Alicia. You are setting the bar so high for so many DJs in the field. Men, women, children, everybody who's coming up is going to be very lucky that they follow behind you. So I hope this is not the last time. There's going to be one more. We'll do some more stuff when the studio opens up, and we just love hanging with you, and we love you, and we just appreciate you, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, and I am following your footsteps. So whatever they're getting from me, I got from you. So don't forget that either.
I'll get out of it.
Blessings and respect. We are the Vintage House Show every Wednesday night. The Facebook page is Vintage House on WNUR 89.3 FM. Like us, love us. Tune in next week. Till then, be safe, be well. Go Kamala Harris, Biden Harris 2020.
Woohoo! Don't forget the Vintage House Podcast, wherever your podcasts are. You can download the Vintage House Podcast.
VintageHouseShow.com.
That's right. Peace, bye.
Peace.